that huck to and spit on that thing.
Oh, go figure. Look at that. Oh, look at that. First thing I do is I say, would you look at that? You know what I mean? Just look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well, what the heck is that?
What's that, brother?
Huck to it.
You know what I mean?
Huck to it.
You know what I mean?
Spit on that thing. Spit on that thing. Weird.
What an incredible get woke, go broke victory. Last year, if in terms of big W's, it was Bud Light, right? It was the massive coordinated boycotting of and vocally speaking up against the company's decision to just maybe go a little too far. I think most people were fine with, in general, some, advertising here and there, but Bud Light went too far and they paid the price, a price that they're still paying in 2024. Over a year later, their brand has not recovered, their sales have not recovered, and they may never recover. This year, there was an interesting story going around a company called Tractor Supply. It was a story that I covered, I don't know, like a month ago, that was initially broke, I believe, by Robbie Starbuck. And there was really not a lot of uproar about it. And it was far worse, far worse than anything that you ever saw from Bud Light. Tractor Supply, a company that, generally serves farmers and rural areas and things of that nature, got caught with all sorts of wild propaganda in their break room, on their company computers, all this kind of stuff. So finally, people pushed back on it. It finally took note. And they went from an average stock price of $289 per share, dropping down to $264, about a $2 to $3 billion loss in market cap. After getting absolutely pummeled in the market, they issued this apology on Friday. Statement from Tractor Supply. For more than 85 years, Tractor Supply has focused on one thing: serving life out here. Every day, our 50,000 team members take care of our customers like family. We deeply value our relationship with customers in the communities we call home. We are passionate about being good neighbors in our hometowns because without you, we would not be where we are. It is imperative to us that our customers' hard-earned dollars are taking care of our team members in the communities we all love. As you supported us, we have invested millions of dollars in veteran causes. All this is sweeping, by the way, for what the, for the truth. Hardens and veterans causes, emergency response, animal shelters, state fairs, rodeos, and farmers markets. We have also invested in the future of rural America. We are the largest supporter of FFA and have a long-standing relationship with 4-H and other educational organizations. We work hard to live up to our mission and values every day, blah, 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 blah. Going forward, we will ensure our activities and giving directly to our business. For instance, this means we will, 1, no longer submit data to the Human Rights Campaign. Good. 2, refocus our team member engagement groups on mentoring, networking, and supporting business instead of, pride activities. Good. Further focus on rural America priorities, including agriculture education, animal welfare, veteran causes, and being a good neighbor, and stop sponsoring non-business activities like pride festivals and voting campaigns. Here's the thing. Any major company that is traded on the stock market in particular, that's what the stock, like if they're traded on the stock market, they're probably up to shenanigans, okay? This company is a company I use all the time. I live in a rural area. We have one about 10 minutes from my house. It's been coming clutch several times for me. And I specifically told them I would no longer be shopping there. I suspect lots of other people did too. 5, also withdraw our eliminate DEI roles and retire our entire current DEI goals while still ensuring a respectful environment. withdraw our carbon emission goals, and focus on our land and water conservation efforts. This was a spectacular win. I can't, you're talking about a company that is publicly traded, got boycotted, and abandoned DEI, abandoned supporting Pride, abandoned political lobbying, abandoned everything that customers had a single problem with. We will continue to listen to our customers and team members. Your trust and confidence in us are the utmost important, and we don't take that lightly. Well, you can look at the replies. Wow, incredible. All thanks to Robbie Starbuck and free speech on X. We will get rid of DEI one company at a time. And Wokeness writing, this is what boycott panic smells like. There will be a tendency to dunk on Tractor Supply here, and a frustration that a company serving us would have engaged in these sort of activities at all. But let's instead give them full credit. They are doing the right thing and listening to their customers. That's what we want. And that's what I agree with. You know, I think I would have 100% supported, people going back to Bud Light if they had responded in this manner. If Bud Light had come out and said like, oh yeah, I guess we were just making too much money and we were spending on all this stuff that our, investors told us to spend money on and all this kind of stuff. We're sorry. We're rolling this back. I would have definitely said, hey, people should go back, and I will be going back to Tractor Supply. And, I've let my local one know that I saw this and that, I just wanted to pass it on and say that I'll be back. I mean, obviously I didn't need anything at that moment, but I did want to give them kind of positive reinforcement and say like, hey, boycott over, the next time I need something for my tractor or I need something for outside, I'll be back. And it's Wisconsin, so that won't be too long for me. You see, Christopher Roofer, well done. Thank you. Tractor Supply will be doing more business with you in the future. Thank you for making these changes. A strong first step in a return to corporate sanity. This is what you do. This is how you do the right thing. Then, of course, the media has a meltdown. Tractor Supply slashes its DEI and climate goals after right-wing pressure campaign. Good. Good. Okay? This is us winning. And by the way, I don't think this has to be a quote-unquote left-wing, right-wing thing. This can just be like, hey, if you've got extra money to be backing certain political candidates, and you've got certain money to be sponsoring Pride events, maybe can you make my solar salt a little bit cheaper? Or maybe could I you've got extra money, so maybe you could lower your prices a little bit, especially since obviously I'm not a farmer, but my brother-in-law is a farmer, and farmers could use a break on the prices of just about everything in their life. You see this here, NPR. Tractor Supply, which bills itself as the largest rural lifestyle retailer in the United States, will eliminate its DEI roles, withdraw its carbon emission goals, and stop sponsoring Pride events in response to criticism from conservative activists. You know what's great about this? Now, maybe the stock market, the global money that sponsors this kind of stuff is going to back out, but their sales won't. In 6 months, when all the dorks that sponsor this kind of stuff at a global level come back and look at their revenue, they're going to see that the customers were saved. I mean, you could look at this. Granted, this was like early June was like an all-time high, it seemed like. I mean, it might have, yeah, it was an all-time high in June. If we look back 5 days, obviously it went down another 2%. It's down $1 today, but not much. The whole stock market's kind of down this morning anyway. But look at all these hit pieces. Tractor Supply retreats from DEI amid conservative backlash. Rural retailer Tractor Supply limits DEI roles. Tractor Supply vows to cut DEI. Tractor Supply backtracks on DEIs and goals. I can't see this as anything outside of an absolute win. This is an absolute win for common sense. And look, by the way, you guys know me. I'm like, I'm pretty moderate. I actually don't have a problem with companies sponsoring Pride events on their face, like on the face of it. The problem is, as I've gotten older and more educated at what goes on at these Pride events, in particular, if you were on X and or Twitter this weekend, you got to see some wild stuff that is going on at these events. I was no longer okay with it. It was fine, you know, if it was just a, you know, festival to get together with some live music and, you know, games, you know, normal games, not come over to the pool and do a, you know, golden shower game, which is literally one of the things that was going on at the San Francisco event this weekend. Once it turned into that, once it turned into like outright degeneracy, then it was like, all right, no, you can't have any more money now. And I think I'm not alone in that, you know, and the fact that what I wanted to point out, you know, a trend of bowing to anti-LGBT. No, it's not like people are saying we want this company to support companies that are anti-LGBT. We just don't want them to give money to, you know, these groups of people that no longer really are spending it in a wholesome way, in a way that is like, you know, most people could be like, hey, I was, you know, for a long time, live and let live. I still basically am that way. And, you know, you want to sponsor an event locally for, you know, you have a beer tent. That's fine. But the problem is the internet's a thing and people were starting to find out exactly what was going on at these events. And by the way, I know I have LGBTQ viewers and I suspect they are in agreement with this. Like, they don't want that stuff going on at their festivals. They don't want to get painted with a broad brush of the most, like, the worst in their group. Nobody wants that. And the kind of the woke machine is trying to spin this as like, well, they want, you know, they're anti. No. I nothing LGBT people, just like they probably nothing straight people. I don't think about them. They're just another human being to me. I don't care who people sleep with. You know, if we both like the, you know, this local sports team, we're both Brewer fans, we're both Packer fans. Yeah, we might both be Packer fans. Anyway, then that's what I want to hang out and talk about. I mean, do I sit and talk about with my straight friends and what they do in their bathrooms? No. Or bedrooms? No. It's just, you know, we can no longer trust these pride organizations. You know, and by the way, all these dorks that are like very disappointed, bad look Tractor Supply, probably have never bought anything from them ever before in their life. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.